Okay, so here's how we get from an open style chord to a bar chord. Okay, there's a couple of different approaches that we can take. The very first thing that you want to think about, the first approach is just adding one note at a time for whatever string group that you're on. So in this case, we're going to take an open A chord, which you can play like this or like this. Either way is fine. Either fingering is fine. So here is a way to go about doing it. So whenever you're going from A to say a C sharp minor, ideally you just want to go from one to the other. But in the event that you can't, what you can do is break it down string by string. So you have to have a solid understanding of what's going on string by string within each chord. So the root note for your A chord, of course, is the open A string. And then the root note for the C sharp minor chord is the A string 4th fret that you hold down with your first finger. So what you want to do is, be able to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you can do that to a 4 count, then you're ready to try to add 2 notes for each chord, the bottom 2 notes for each chord. That's from low to high. So your bottom 2 notes for your A chord are the open A and the 2nd fret on the D string. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 for that position. And then your bottom 2 notes for your C sharp minor chord are these two, 4th fret here and 6th fret here with your 3rd finger. So you want to set that to music, or to a count rather. And so you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to get comfortable with doing that. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add 3 notes per chord. So for your A chord, you've got the open A, 2nd fret on the D, 2nd fret on the G. And whether you finger it like with 1 finger or with 2 doesn't really matter all that much. It's just whatever you're comfortable with. So now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 for that position. And then our bottom 3 notes in the C sharp minor chord are 4th fret, 6th fret, and 6th fret on strings 5, 4, and 3. So this is our C sharp minor sound, at least for right now. Got 3 notes out of it now. So now we want to set that to a count and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and get comfortable with that. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now once you can do this 3-note version, let's expand it to 4. So for your A chord, your 4 notes are going to be the open A, 2nd fret on the D, 2nd fret on the G, 2nd fret on the B. Okay, now that's enough to get the A major sound by itself, which sounds great. And now we're going to try to make it to the first 4 notes in a C sharp minor chord. So we've got 4th fret here, 6th fret here, 6th fret here, and adding the 5th fret on the 2nd string. So what we want to try to do is this 4-note version of this chord change. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I want you to notice how as I was moving from this position to this position, my hand already takes shape before I arrive at the destination. So you might want to try that sort of in slow motion without strumming anything, and to just get your left hand in order, to get all the movements down, and try to, just practice that left hand movement. This is like choreography for your fingers. So that's that change right there. That's the 4-note version. Now that alone is enough to get the sound of the chords. You don't need to play all 5 notes out of each chord to get the sound of it. So if you're trying to use this in a song, know that that's enough. Now to go the extra mile to get all 5 notes that belong to the chord, so you can take this extra step. So for your A chord, you got strings 5 through 1. So you got the open string, 2nd fret, 2nd fret, 2nd fret, and then the first string is open on the A chord. And then for your C sharp minor chord, you got 4, 6, 6, 5, and then 4 that you're barring here with your first finger as well for your C sharp minor. So you want to try to get, if you want to try to get all 5 of those notes in, so once again, as I'm traveling from here to here, you kind of get your hand in the shape of the chord before you arrive there. It's really important. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, so that's a one note at a time from each chord shape strategy to get from A to C sharp minor. Now, in the event that you find that too difficult, here is another approach that you can take. So from the full A chord, what I'm going to do is I'm going to target just the root note of the C sharp minor chord. So I'm going to go from A, and then I'm going to go to the root note of the chord, just to start building it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and just wear out that path. Just trying to get from here to here. Now, once you can do that, we can start building. We're gonna try to target from the full A chord. We're gonna target the bottom 2 notes of the C sharp minor. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm gonna shift up into the next position, and I'm gonna prepare my fingers to land before I even get there. To me, that is a critical idea. Is preparing your hand before you arrive there. Because if you start thinking about the shape of the chord once you get there, I think it's too late, because then you're back building it one note at a time. But we want to try to land these 2 notes simultaneously. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And once you can do this, expand the C sharp minor to include 3 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And just repeat that until you can get it comfortably. And then we'll add the 4th note. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then finally, we'll expand to include all 5 notes of the C sharp minor chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's a good first step into switching from an open chord to a bar chord. So anyway, hopefully that was helpful, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.